No.
Okay, I'm just going to give me just a minute to
Yeah,
do.
no, I was supposed to be in hard guy.
Okay.
Take all that. I'm here.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning. Are you Britney Litchfield? Give me just a second to get this printed out. And will your client waive the formal reading of the motion in each case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Litchfield, in cause number 21-37098, I have a motion to revoke your community supervision. Shows that you were placed on probation December 12th of 2022 for the state jail felony offense of abandoning a child, and that was a 2-year term in the state jail prison that was probated for 5 years. Is that correct?
Judge, we'll instead of abandoning, I guess it's 6 and 7 on each motion and just proceed on 1 through 5.
In each motion, 1 through 5?
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay. All right, and then in cause number 21-37099, I also have a motion to revoke your community supervision. Shows you were again placed on probation December 12th of 2022 for the offense of abandoning a child, and that was also a 2-year term in state jail prison that was probated for 5 years. Is that also correct? Each of these cases, the state has elected to proceed on counts 1 through 5 in the motions. They each allege in count 1 that you violated your probation by failing to report to the probation department as directed October 15th, October 31st, and November 14th of 2024. And is that true or not true? Count 2 in each case alleges that you failed to work faithfully at suitable employment and provide verification of that. Is that true or not true? Count 3 in each case alleges that you failed to immediately report to the probation officer your current address. Is that true or not true? Count 4 alleges that you failed to provide verification of performing the community service hours that were required. Is that true or not true? And then count 5 alleges that you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the parenting class. And is that true or not true? Did you enter your pleas of true to counts 1 through 5 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you plead true to those counts in each case because they're actually true? In each of your cases, I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreements that you've reached with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? State tenders number 1 in each case.
No objection.
It's admitted in each case. Is there any evidence that Ms. Litchfield is not
No,
competent?
Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. In each of your cases, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 5 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence in each case to revoke your probation. In cause number 21-37098, revoke your probation and reassess your punishment in accordance with your agreement to a term of 12 months in the state jail prison. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. And then in cause number 25-37099, also find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and at this time revoke your probation, reassess your punishment in accordance with that agreement to a term of 12 months in the state jail prison. You will also receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. These cases will run concurrently, which means together at the same time. I'm going to hand you in each case the trial court certifications that shows that these were agreements that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I'm also handing you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgments entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk with Ms. Holmes. Good luck to you, ma'am, and thank you for being here. Good morning. Are you Maya Sparks?
Yes, ma'am.
And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment in each case?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sparks, in cause number 25, DCCR 0145, you're charged with the third-degree felony offense of assault on a public servant from October 30th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with? Speak up, please. And then in cause number 25 DCCR 0146, you're also charged with a third-degree felony offense of assault on a public servant from October 30th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? Speak up, please. And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? In each of these cases, I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? So if I follow the agreement, you can't change your mind later. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached in each of your cases is for a 6-year deferred probation. There would be a $300 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1 in each case?
No objection.
It's admitted in each case. Is there any evidence that Ms. Sparks is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of guilty in each case freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence in each case to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your cases for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you and your cases, and then we will come back at a later date for sentencing. Mr. Nichols, what is the state's position on bond?
Judge, I'm a little concerned about a PSI bond because of the way these cases occurred. There might be an issue that I do anticipate she at the very least being placed on mental health caseload. I don't think it's a competency issue. I've discussed with Ms. Holmes. But I don't know if the court's going to decide that either an ISF or safety program is in the best interest here.
Okay.
The facts in this case involve threatening staff at a school. So it gives me a little bit extra concern. And there was one jail incident in the last week that gave me a little concern as well.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. So Ms. Sparks and I've spoken with her mother. Her mother is here. On this particular incident, there was a episode. She had a mental episode where she was not on medication at that time. She is compliant on medication now.
Okay.
And we are asking, her mother is taking care of her child. Her child was attending that school that she went to. And so I do feel that if she stays on her medication and stays compliant, that she will be okay. And so we were asking if the court would consider a PSI bond.
I guess the concern is, without the probation order, where has she been to Spinal Top before? Have you gone through Spinal Top before? You are a Spinal Top patient?
She's diagnosed bipolar and major depressive disorder.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, Ms. Sparks, just kind of based on also time of the year. I'm going to reduce the bond, but I'm going to have some very specific conditions on that bond. And you're going to have to follow those conditions exactly. If you don't, because you're going to have to give Ms. Holmes proof that you're doing some things that I'm going to order you to do. And if you're not doing those things, then I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. We'll get you back in custody until that pre-sentence report's done, and then we know what everything is that you could potentially need. Was there also any type of, or is there any kind of drug issue, or is it primarily mental
It was
health?
just me.
Okay, so Ms. Sparks, I'm going to reduce your bond in each of your cases to $2,500. If you make those bonds, the conditions of the bonds are that you immediately have an appointment, make an appointment with Spindletop, that you give proof of when that appointment is to Ms. Holmes. So I'm saying the day you get out, you make the phone call, you set an appointment, and Ms. Holmes needs to know when that appointment is. You don't wait a week to set the appointment or 2 weeks or anything like that. You set it the day you get out of jail if you make the bonds. Does that make sense? In addition, I am ordering that you remain on your medication. So now it's not just whether you want to or you feel like you need to, it's a court order. And if you don't do it, you're back in custody. Do you understand? So is her mother okay with her living with her? Where's mom? Thank you, ma'am. And thank you for being here. So I'm going to order that you remain living at your mother's house. You can't go spend the night anywhere else. You can't go anywhere else. You stay there. You go to Spindletop. You get yourself back on track so you can be fine and do this probation and not have any issues. Does that make sense? You are not to go to any of the schools wherever your child or children are going to school. You are not allowed to go there, period. Do you understand? Okay. That's going to, not until I order otherwise. So for now, you cannot go to any school that they are attending. Okay? If somebody needs to pick up and drop off, that's going to be her or someone else. If there's a school program between now and when you come back, I don't care. You don't get to go. Do you understand how serious I am about that? Okay. Any other conditions that you feel
I
like?
think that will cover it, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. We'll see you back at sentencing. You can go back with the bailiff.
And there it is. The courtroom falls silent, holding its breath as lives hang in the balance. Decisions were made, mistakes revealed, and consequences could not be escaped. Every plea, every acknowledgement, every silent moment, echoes far beyond these walls. In this room, justice moved with weight, not just as punishment, but as a lesson, a reminder of responsibility, accountability, and the cost of choices. Lives altered, futures uncertain, yet the human spirit persists, searching, striving, hoping for change. What we witness here is more than law. It is reflection, it is consequence, it is truth. So, when the gavel falls and the room empties, how would you stand if the world was watching?